Hello, welcome to Free Meditation TV. My name is Oksana and this is Jay.
Hi, thank you for joining us today.
Today we will talk about insecurities and how we could manage it with meditation.
Insecurities, everybody at one point in our lives, if not on a weekly or daily basis, is dealing with the insecurities and fears. It's a big issue. Now, the good thing is with Sahaja Yoga, we know that there's a problem with a chakra that causes these insecurities. That chakra would be
Anahata chakra. This center is located at the level of our cardiac plexus and we could feel it on our little pinky fingers. If children are insecure from their childhood, if there is a problem in the family, this center is not developed correctly. Then later in life, we could feel that. We could feel that as tingling and burning sensations on the center. So what happens if we have left side tingling or burning sensation? It means that we are probably very attached. We could be attached to the situation, to our children, to our family. And when we are attached to something, we feel that we are losing control. And when we are losing control, this is how we're insecure. So the first cause of insecurity is attachment.
it's an important issue to understand. Insecurity is something that, like I say, we deal with on a daily basis. A lot of us do, probably especially women mostly. Now, in the left side of our heart is the spirit. So it's a very important part in our subtle system in Sahaja Yoga. The spirit that is awakened and alive within us is not attached to anything. It loves without any gain. It has so many pure qualities. So when it becomes clouded with these issues of the heart chakra, with attachments and everything else, it can lead to another mindset of thinking and ego and negativity.
Yeah. If the heart is weak, then our mind becomes strong. It tries to protect us in a way.
Yes.
But what happens when we get our self-realization, when the energy Kundalini comes to the center? It starts to, first it tells us there is a problem, then it starts to repair it. So it creates this security within, because we cannot just wake up one morning and say, today I'm going to be very secure and I'll just build a fence around my house and wouldn't let anybody in. No, this is not security. It comes from within. So you feel secure whether you have a big house, small house, no house, big family.
That's right.
The security is within because it's the quality of the spirit.
You're not afraid. Whatever happens, it doesn't affect you as much, because you know that everything is okay. You know, in the whole grand scheme of things, it might bother you for a second, but if you're actually meditating every day, when a big calamity does hit, you will quite often be thoughtless. And in that thoughtlessness, things just tend to work out and everything's fine. Now, this is the result of a repaired Anahata chakra. So good news is, with all these insecurities and fears, you can work them out with meditation, with clearing. Just even giving some vibrations to your heart it goes a long way. Once you've detected, I have a problem, quite often the situation is we don't know what we're feeling. So it's a bit of a journey to understand our subtle system. But there are many ways in Sahaja Yoga that we can help ourselves. Yeah.
So when we could even put our hands, we could do a few things. First, we could put our hands on our heart, and here we could say, I'm the pure spirit. I'm not this mind. I'm not this body. I am the pure spirit. Also, the chakra is the wheel. So with our hands that have vibrations, we could use that to help with the center. And we kind of use that and throw the negative energies like that. So also, if you put your hand away from your body, you might feel cool coming from this part of your body. And that would be the vibrations of your center.
Of course, yeah. You can do that with any chakra.
With any chakra, yes.
Today we're focusing on
the heart chakra, and that brings in security. So security is something that builds within with meditation, and our reaction become different. If there is something going on, immediately we are thoughtless. And this is the state when our heart, when our mind, and our attention are all integrated. We become integrated personality.
Yeah, and that's all you could ask for really in this day and age with so much going on. What else could you ask for? If you have an open heart, your ego and superego are somewhat put down.
Put down, yes.
And life is joyful. Whereas with attachments, the joy is taken out of life completely.
And now we will listen to the lecture of Shri Mataji. She's the founder of Sahaja Yoga. So just sit straight, put your hands on your lap, and try to get vibrations when she talks.
In the same way, if you do not have the light of the Spirit shining in your attention, you will not know your meaning. Like this instrument. Unless and until it is connected to the mains, it is useless. Unless and until we are connected to the mains, we do not know the Absolute. And that's why all these problems are there. Now, when I am talking about this instrument which lies within us, one has to again know that this is the knowledge of the roots. And to know the knowledge of the roots, you have to become a subtler personality. With a gross mind, you cannot see it. To become the subtler personality, minimum of minimum, you have to know that so far you have not known the roots. If you had known, there would be no problem. But there's something has gone wrong somewhere. In every human enterprise, even in religions, that's why today we find this kind of a farce going on. And what is gone wrong is that we have to seek the eternal. Maybe it might look little different. For example, Buddha and Mahavira did not talk about God at all. I also did not talk about God for 4 years, at least 3 years. As soon as you talk of God, again people start jumping. When can we become God? This is the first question. So first you become the self, the first step. That's why they did not talk. They said first you become yourself. Unless and until you have your eyes, how can you see the colors? So first have your eyes. It is for your benevolence that you better get what you deserve. What is your own? Is your birthright as a human being to become the Spirit. That is what Sahaja Yoga is. Saha means with and Jai is born. Born with you is the right. To get this yoga is the union with the Divine. Is your birthright. As a human being, you are, as I told you, at the epitome of evolution. And it has to work out. Now we have the center, which we call here as the heart center. It controls the left and right both. So we have a left and right heart in Sahaja Yoga. As you know that in childhood till the 12 years of age, the thymus, this sternum bone creates the antibodies for you. And these antibodies fight your diseases. So when this center goes out, this is the center which sends all the messages to these antibodies. Now this is the center of a mother. When your motherhood is challenged, you develop breast cancer. Supposing a man is a flirt and his wife is worried, she might get a breast cancer, because her motherhood is challenged. And her sense of security is very disturbed. As a result of that, she gets this problem. Also, if you are too much of a thinker and you think too much and you are very, what we call the right-sided, the futuristic plans. I mean, people plan it for 10 years. They plan even their deaths, what dress they are going to wear and where they are going to be buried. Up to that point. All this futuristic planning creates such tremendous heat in the body because the liver, which is supposed to absorb all the heat, is neglected by this center. As a result, that heat travels up and you develop asthma. Now we have, yesterday, at least 5-6 people who came with asthma. Asthma is absolutely curable. But do you know, this is the center of a husband or of the father. Now if I am telling you, you should not be shocked, because later on you will find it. Now if you are a bad husband, you can get asthma. Or if your wife is a shrew, you might get an asthma. Or if you are a very bad father, you might get an asthma. Or if your father is not kind to you, you might get an asthma. If you have not forgiven your father, you might get asthma. Now can you believe it? Just forgiving your father, you can get out of your asthma permanently. Saj Yoga has cured asthma of so many people. Believe it or not, it works. It looks so funny, but our relationships, our parents, we have chosen when we came on this earth. I know they are wrong, they are obstinate, they are headstrongs, they may be drunkards, whatever they are. But even if you leave them, because so many people leave the parents, still forgive them and forget. Otherwise you carry the problems with you. The left heart is the place of the mother. Now if your mother has been hard with you, if you have had very bad experiences, you will have problems of the left heart. Center heart is very important, where your sense of security should be established. You will be surprised in the disease called AIDS, is the center heart, which is out.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the talk of Shri Mataji. So now today this episode has been all about the heart, insecurity and fears. One method that we do use in Sahaja Yoga with the bandhans and also just giving vibrations is breathing. Breathing actually helps heal the heart centers. How do we do that? It's very simple. All we do is we breathe in through our nose and we hold it for a few seconds, and then we breathe out. Again, we hold it for a few seconds, and then we breathe in. We can do this for a couple of times. So let's do that together now. And let it go. And hold it. Breathe in. Hold it. Let it go. And you can continue to breathe like this while we continue on in meditation in Sahasrara. to breathe in, hold it, and then breathe out and hold it.
Welcome back. I hope you had nice meditation. And now in this segment, we'll answer some of your questions. Do we have questions?
We have a few questions so far. Question number 1. I have a spider phobia, specifically with centipedes. Is there a meditation technique to help me to deal with it?
Phobias are all problems of central heart. What is central heart problem? Is that if we have left side and right side damaged, then we have central heart. Usually people with damaged central heart, they are afraid of the dark, they are afraid of something, they are afraid of, like I say, losing control of the situation. And I would say that this will get corrected like everything with the improvement of the center. You would, it doesn't mean that you would, enjoy spiders around or something like that, but you would be more detached to the situation.
That's perfect, yeah.
That would be the answer.
Work on your meditation, and eventually some of these things will work themselves out.
Another question?
Question 2. What is detached love with family?
Detached love is the quality of the spirit. We could say that for mothers, when they have a child, they love the child whether it's with them or whether somewhere else. This love is there. It's not depending of whether it's a naughty child, good child, bad child. This is the detached love. Sometimes, unfortunately, women want to have some we raise the children, then children have to give us back, something like that. This is the attachment, is that we want to get some yield out of this child rearing. Detached love, this love of the spirit is there. It's like sun radiating the earth. That's the detachment within us.
It's no control.
Yeah.
It's not controlling them and trying to be in charge of their every movement or whatever they do. It's trying to witness as well to some extent, and allowing them to develop themselves as individuals. I mean, that doesn't mean that there's a neglection on upbringing, on a motherly upbringing. That's very important. But there's a detachment of just being there for them, being in the moment.
It is a quality of the center, it is a quality of the spirit. We could also say in Sahaja Yoga, sometimes if your child is sick, then you get upset and you feel absolutely frozen, you cannot do anything. But when you learn how to be balanced, how to be witness of the situation, you could actually be quite more effective.
Right, most definitely, because you become thoughtless, hopefully, and when you're thoughtless, a lot of things do, some solutions of some sort usually tend to be more effective. So as opposed to being attached and becoming left-sided, when you're more balanced and in the center and you try and witness the situation, you're actually helping the situation a lot more. So
there could also be negative attachment, like we hate somebody. It's also an attachment, and this is the bad person we hate. We cannot see good qualities of that person. The same thing as we love somebody and we're attached to them, we cannot see any other qualities of the person. So being detached, it helps both ways to stay in balance and to assess the situation correctly. Any other question?
Last question. Please explain the inverse relationship between the heart and brain. In other words, strong heart usually implies a strong brain usually implies a weak heart. Strong heart implies less reliance of the brain.
I would say that from a Sahaja point of view is that we rely on vibrations. Vibrations come from our spirit. So if we feel cool, whatever decision we make, if they're substantiated by vibrations, this is the this is the integrated heart and the brain.
this is your guidance.
Yeah. Also, attention. Our attention we have to be the master of our attention. So sometimes, if you notice, attention always goes to the negative. Sometimes ladies like to gossip. So whenever there is a problem, the attention goes there. This is complete disintegration of our heart. Are we really interested in gossip, or are we really interested in some negative things of other people? This is the disintegration part. Integration is that you are in complete control. Whatever your spirit wants, that's what you want to do. Your mind helps you do.
Yeah. Also, we have been conditioned, probably from a young age, sometimes these conditionings, and when something happens of a certain nature, we go straight to that conditioning, which is not so much, it's not your brain, it's your mind, it's the thoughts that come with that conditioning, and it's very easy to slip back into that. So it's a matter of watching yourself constantly. Okay, what am I thinking? Where did it come from? But I don't want you to go mad thinking about it as well. Just, try and open your heart the best you can. Try and be detached. It's very easily said, but with meditation you can do it. Takes a bit of practice, but you can watch your thoughts, which is your head telling you things about a situation, and try and focus on just being the spirit.
I would also add that sometimes we could read the book and suddenly we could feel vibration cool on our hands. When we say vibrations, it basically means cool breeze on our hands. It means that whatever we are reading or whatever we are talking, whatever we are thinking about, it has vibrations. This is integration of our spirit with our brain and with our attention.
That's right. And you can feel it with watching the show as well. If you put your hands out, you can feel it. So it's your detection tool, so to speak.
Yeah, this is detection tool. No more questions for today. Thank you for watching. See you next week.
Don't forget to like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, And if you have any questions whatsoever or suggestions, please send us an email. We'll be more than happy to get back to you.